Produced by Ray.
There are many things we can disagree on, but one thing we ought to agree on unanimously is that crime is now a scourge in our sweet Trinidad and Tobago, and it requires everyone to get on board for the solution. Crime prevention must be a shared responsibility if progress is to be made in making TNT safer.
Crime prevention is my responsibility.
Crime prevention is my responsibility.
Crime prevention is my responsibility.
In an effort to address the issue of crime in Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministry of National Security has devised the National Crime Prevention Program, NCPP. This program is designed to engage, educate, and empower communities to make crime prevention their responsibility in an effort to bring about safer communities and improved quality of life for all residents and visitors of Trinidad and Tobago. Built on the guiding principles, collaboration, empowerment, and action, the NCPP embraces a whole of government and whole of society approach to crime prevention. The program seeks to understand and address the root causes of crime, to build and sustain a national culture of crime prevention.
It is a program that I think has a lot of potential, if only because the approach is a preventative one. As you are aware, crime is multifaceted or multidimensional, and therefore the root cause of crime is not a single cause. In that regard, solving crime has to be multi-dimensional as well. There must be a variety of approaches. And this approach falls smartly into that situation because it allows us to take action that will prevent persons from getting involved in criminal activities or deviant behavior. As you are aware, there is the old adage, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure.
It presents a unique opportunity for us to include the community in crime fighting, and not only the community but even individuals within the respective communities. And I think that is critical going forward because sometimes we tend to place the responsibility at the level of the protective services and at the level of the policymakers. But I think if we are to effectively fight crime and prevent crime, especially in the Tobago space, then all of us must take individual responsibility. And that is the main emphasis of the National Crime Prevention Program.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity knowing that we have a responsibility to create a change. And I love the idea that it's a bottom-up approach where the community is involved and you actually have collaboration between a lot of different sectors in society to be able to have that change and to be able to create a crime prevention program that everyone buys into and actually feels that this is their own. We have to try. And that once we understand the responsibility that we, the young people, have now to be able to carry this forward for the next generation to come, we have no choice but to get involved and be active and to own it. So I think, yes, we have to just be able to say that this is our problem and this is not a generation before problem, and that we need to be able to take initiative and to be a part of the solution.
The Ministry of National Security, through the NCPP, is committing to fixing Trinidad and Tobago community by community. However, the success of a crime prevention program can only be achieved with the support and participation of each citizen across every sector of this country.
A salient point I would stress on is the program is a bottoms-up approach program. And a bottoms-up approach program, while we have a structure in place, it seeks to engage the community in a different way. It seeks to engage them as the managers of the program, because they can determine the direction of the program within their respective communities.
The National Crime Prevention Program is an extremely important part of the structure of Trinidad and Tobago going forward. As we all know, crime is a major issue for every single citizen. This plan, which has had a lot of input from the varying stakeholders, we expect to be one of the main pillars from a Ministry of National Security point of view. We are concerned about the lives and the quality of life of all of our citizens, visitors to Trinidad and Tobago, and we see this as a very important part of how we intend to deal with the reduction of crime. We're asking communities and citizens to participate as individuals in crime prevention. Look at your community, see what it is in your community that you can take preventative action for. It's not going to be the magic one, but it is a very, very critical part of how we can all play a role in the reduction of crime.
How the community was a long time where any adult in the community could discipline a child. But once we ain't going back that way, it's going to be worse than how it is now.
Community had to come together, right? People coming together in the community, crime will always escalate. So I find the community to be looking out for each other now. I might believe in a community now, but everyone's to be looking out for each other now.
Each one has to look out for each one. All right? We have to make sure that individuals in the community are safe even though they're not home. Our young people, we teach them to respect each other. And in that way, we respect not only each other, but each other's property. And that would bring some resolution to crime.
You yourself have to prevent crime. You have to make sure you participate by encouraging your colleagues and your friends not to get involved in crime. Secondly, if you see crime taking place, call the police. Don't get involved yourself. Call the police, let them do what they have to do.
I don't encourage crime, you understand? But at the end of the day, crime is already mashing up Trinidad and Tobago, and I would like to see us free Trinidad and Tobago again once more.
Communities must be organized and mobilized in its attempt to limit or manage those activities that will promote deviant behavior.
This project is generally about Tobago's pride, and we have to still look back on our heritage. Everyone is at risk, and I say this to mention the elderly. Therefore, this initiative should have competent personnel who are ready to stand in line of national development to go into troubled communities to assist those who are unable to reach the institutions on time. The issue of crime is real, and at the rate of social change and development, we have to be prepared to adjust to these changes, whether negative or positive, more so the impact of it. This will determine how equipped we are to accept the element mix.
Tobago is an island of communities, and that is, to me, is the first advantage. We are small, so we are sort of divided into communities, and it is easier, I think, to manage a community than, say, a wider society. We need to take stock and, as individuals, see what we can do.
In essence, this National Crime Prevention Program sets out to ensure collaboration across government agencies, private sector and other stakeholders in addressing issues contributing to crime, ensure communities are empowered to contribute directly to their security, safety and improved quality of life, and thirdly, ensure implementation of crime prevention throughout the 14 municipalities across Trinidad and the Tobago House of Assembly. So are you ready to get on board the NCPP train?
Talk it out, don't fight it out.
I can open to my parents, teachers and leaders to stay out of crime.
I think I could stay out of crime by listening to my parents, teachers and my elders and those in authority.
I think you could stop crime by when you're seeing crime and have adults around, tell them and call Crime Stoppers. And you can also stop crime by stop lying, thieving, and hiding away from things.
I think we stay out of crime by calling Crime Stoppers and walk away from it. Walk away from the crimes, what is happening.
Tobago's scenario is very different because our culture is unique to ourselves and we love to approach things differently. So I would like to see that we think that we are our brother's keeper and that it's a family, so that we go back to that whole family network and being able to be our brother's keeper again.
I would call on Tobagonians to embrace and support this initiative because it is designed to protect all of us. We all have our part to play in minimizing or preventing criminal activities. It is not just the work of the police. So that therefore, those of us who are desirous of being part and parcel of this initiative, I will encourage them to come on board and work with us to ensure that at the end of the day, we create an environment that is safe, green, serene, secure.
Crime prevention is my responsibility.